it's this trend that we're starting to see, Simon. No longer is it players towards the twilight of their career like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's still magnificent, of course he is, and went for massive money in a huge wage packet.
Yep.
But he was the first one to go out to Saudi Arabia. It now seems others are following, like Ruben Neves, a current player. Jota up at Celtic, who set the place alight throughout the season, a current player. It now seems that the trend is changing regarding players, and certainly managers, big name managers being offered positions out there. Mourinho apparently said no thanks, but no thanks. I want to stay with Roma next season. He wants to try and win something with them. Whether he does or not, it's another matter. But he said no to an enormous pay packet. But now Steven Gerrard, having reportedly said thanks but no thanks, is now saying okay, and has all but accepted a deal to join Al Ettifaq in Saudi Arabia. So
they're not football decisions; these are financial decisions. So if that's what they want to do, that's their gift. No one can sit here and suggest that if they were in a position where they were offered the money, that they wouldn't think about it themselves. Depends what you believe you to be. If you want to make a football decision that's going to take you on a journey to be a very successful manager, and you back yourself, then you don't need to go to Dubai or to the Middle East or wherever he's going. In this instance, this is not a football decision. He's not going to advance as a coach. He's not going to enhance his reputation amongst those eyes that might look on him and go, oh, look what you did in the Saudi League. Okay. And they're not going to suggest that a Premier League job is going to become available as a result of that. So it's a financial decision. So let's just characterise it for what it is.
At least he'll be working. At least he'll be working and can catch the eye in some shape or form.
But look, if we genuinely believe that the nature of going to Saudi is going to enhance a reputation that gives calls for people in the UK to go, I'll tell you what, he's done really well over in that Saudi league. I really must I must entrust him with the job in the Premier League. I don't think it will.
No, but will it damage his reputation? Probably not.
I
agree with you. It's not going to enhance it, but will it damage it?
It's not a football decision. It's a financial decision. So you know as well as I do, out of sight is out of mind. And if you go away for 2 or 3 years somewhere, and ultimately the game has moved on and the riders and runners have varied and changed, and you're not amongst that conversation, then you're out of the conversation. The reason why Alan Pardew sat in a chair last week is because he wants to be back in a conversation. So he's doing his media round bit, I'm sure. The bottom line is once you're out of the loop in football, you're out of the loop, and very rarely do you see people going off. It happens. Benitez got lucky. He went off to China, came back, and had that wonderful stint at Everton. How'd that work out? The bottom line is that I just think if Gerrard wants to do that, then he doesn't believe that he's got the chops to be a top-class manager. He believes that the importance of the remuneration he's going to get in Saudi, or in this instance, is greater than perhaps looking around and taking an opportunity somewhere more meaningful in football terms, not financial terms. And that's easy for me to say, because I'm not the one being offered a king's ransom to go and manage in these leagues. But Gerrard needs to rebuild. His reputation is in the toilet as a top-class manager.
In the toilet?
Oh, come on.
That's a bit strong, isn't it?
Well, I think he made a Horlicks of the Aston Villa job. I said he would, and he did. And Unai Emery has made what Steven Gerrard did look comparatively simple by producing a group of players that were ostensibly the same into a quite formidable side. And with that in mind, Gerrard has done, in Premier League terms, there's not a job for Steven Gerrard right now, and it will not be enhanced.
But maybe not, but that happens in football, doesn't it?
That's fine.
Unai Emery struggled at Arsenal. Look what happens. He goes Arteta, he makes a big deal of it.
He didn't really.
And did well.
He was characterised unfairly at a period of time of great flux at Arsenal.
He struggled. The fans turned on him ultimately.
The fans turned on a lot of people at Arsenal at that time. And you were always going to have that period of time where he was taking over from Arsene Wenger. The culture of Arsenal was all wrong. He never got the latitude that other people. He certainly never got the latitude that Mikel Arteta got, did he? And so with that in mind, he was hounded out the door, parodied and ridiculed. You know, these ghastly little canker sores like Arsenal Fans TV that were constantly parodying and ridiculing their own manager. And he's gone away and proven that he's a decent manager. He had a track record of being a decent manager. Gerrard went to Scotland, achieved an outcome in one season.
Yeah,
I think his reputation.
1 trophy in 3.
I think his reputation as a serious manager.
Yeah.
is not there, and going to the Middle East will not enhance it.
But at the end of the day, how different is it going to Saudi at the moment for Gerrard to what we've seen in the past? All it is it's a massive pay packet. When you think of Souness years ago going to Galatasaray, before that having been at Torino for about 25 minutes, it's kind of no different, is it? The only thing that's different about Saudi is the financial incentive is much more attractive.
Possibly, but I mean, let's be fair. I think the Turkish leagues are far more recognisable and far more competitive and have far more substance than, I mean, we can name the clubs in Turkey, we can name Fenerbahce, we can name Galatasaray, we can talk about these teams having a little bit more heritage and legacy and people were going there at certain stages in their career.
Oh, true.
Obviously, Souness had managed Liverpool at that time, and that wasn't a great period for him. He'd managed Rangers, and that was a good period for him. And so with all those things in mind, I think there was a slightly bigger body of work around Souness than there was around Steven Gerrard.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.